What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Forever One Ghost here, coming back at you with a brand new video, bringing you another anime review video. I told you guys I'd bring them back, and I'm going to keep my word. And I figured what better way to start off 2018 by reviewing an anime that I was requested like crazy to review, and I didn't have the time to do it because I didn't have the actual DVD or even like the process of the movie in my head where I seen it a whole bunch of times. I remember when it came out and everywhere in theaters, most theaters, I guess, and I went to go see it that one time, and I was just like blown away by the movie. But now that I have it in my hands and I've seen it a couple more times, a lot of the reasons why I didn't review it because I didn't feel like I had enough information. But let's now move a couple of months, a couple of years ahead, and now we do, so we can now start this review appropriately. So this is literally the best animated feature. Best animated film I've ever seen. It's been awarded those two categories, obviously, as you see in the front cover here, and it's been nominated for the Animation of the Year. I'm pretty sure it's won a couple of more awards, and I know that they said they were going to make an actual feature-length film of this, a real movie of it, because of how well the story was. I think that'd be pretty insane. I don't know. The thing is with me is I don't like when people mess with the anime movies and try to make them into real movies, like real life movies. I think it kind of messes it up a little bit. I kind of feel like they should leave it alone, but that's just my opinion because I feel like a lot of anime movies end up flopping and not doing so well. Kind of like if you make an adaptation, like let's put in an example here. They try to do a movie of Dragon Ball, or Dragon Ball Z in some sense, and they completely failed. They destroyed the movie. I feel like they did a horrible job on it, but still, it was hilarious, and I think it was funny that they kind of screwed it up or whatever. But anyway, let's get right into the movie of Your Name. So, literally the best anime movie that I've seen in a long time. I've seen a lot of good movies, but this one tops it all. Let's go ahead and check it out a little bit here. Let's go ahead and take it out from there. As you see here, we got the DVD. Then we got the actual cover here, as you can see in front of you. Pretty insane. And then you got the quote right behind it. As it says, separated by distance, connected by faith. Literally awesome. Now let's go ahead and move this to the side here. So you see a bed. Let's go ahead and crack this open. Wow. Just wow. I love the artwork on the left side here. I know there's artwork behind it, but I'm not going to get the DVD out, obviously, but you can see right there Your Name, DVD feature film. Very, very awesome film. Definitely I recommend it to a lot of people to watch. But let's go ahead and give you my thoughts on this real quick here, guys. Number one, when I first saw this movie back in 2015, or if I'm off, I forget the day. But literally the most anticipated film in a long time. I honestly couldn't tell you anymore. I just feel like this movie, when it first came out, a lot of people were very hyped. Of course, I was very, very hyped. Excited to see this feature-length film and to see such a story being told in front of us of these two very incredible characters that we get to see in front of us, as you see here. Hopefully you guys can see that. But also, let's get right ahead and talking a little bit about it. As you see, the main male protagonist is Taki to the left and Mitsuha to the right. What really started this all off was when they first switched bodies. It was at the time where Taki went outside of his house on the top of his roof and he saw a comet, a very bright comet. I'll show you here in the box behind it, that comet right there that showed over his head one night, and then he went to sleep that same day, and apparently they switched bodies. But it didn't really show when they first switched bodies. It was at the same time, or more or less, during the time where they decided to, explain to them what happened, because Mitsuha was the first one to experience it, where she went to her grandmother, and her grandmother had told her, hey, are you okay? Everything's good? You're like, yeah, I'm fine. But then everyone in school and everyone, even her sister, was like, oh, you're acting like yourself today. You're not acting different or weird. And then she was like, what? Like kind of confused in the sense, kind of like didn't know what really happened. And then it went and happened to Taki as well, which is him here. He felt the same way. He felt different. He kind of felt like himself. And then his dad and a couple of his friends were like, whoa, you're acting like yourself now. What happened, man? You were acting all weird. And then the girl, which took over his body, left him a message on his phone, and he did the same thing. And then when they kept switching bodies, they kind of got used to it. So they started writing messages on their phone, scribbling down what not to do and what they should do, or even things to do when they were coming back from their bodies to their bodies back. It was kind of insane to kind of keep up with that, but at the end of the day, it was crazy fun. It was kind of insane. I feel like that connection when they kind of switched bodies kind of felt very surreal, because at times you couldn't tell who was who and who was what. But you kind of figured you would know when you felt that awkwardness between one another when they switched bodies. But nonetheless, a great anime to watch. I think the story was incredibly insane. I keep saying that word. I kind of did get confused as to the timeline, because it almost felt like she was from a different timeline and he was from a different timeline. Like she was from this past and he was from the future. I don't know. I don't really understand it too well. I tried to really grasp it a little bit more, but it was confusing at times figuring out where they were from. I kind of feel like they were both from the same time, because at the time he had a number, because during the date that he had with his coworker, one of the females that was working there, I think she was a lot older than him, but she had left after their date, and she received a call from Taki, and they were talking. And it was at that time when they finished talking that he tried calling her back, and she didn't answer, and they stopped switching bodies. And it was at that time that his curiosity came and said, you know what, let me find out about her. Let me see if she's okay. And he ended up visiting the town that she was from. He didn't remember her name. All he remembered was the town. He kept drawing it on his phone, not on his phone, pardon me, on his drawing pad and in some paper that he had. And he went to see her, to try to see her. And I think she did the same thing. And he went and then found out that she was gone. She had passed away. And this happened 3 years ago. And he was like, what? Kind of like confused as well, because he didn't know what was going on, because they were switching bodies for months, or at least a month or so. And then that happened. I was kind of confused as to how did this even went down from them separating, like going back and forth with their like switching of bodies. And then all of a sudden, they decided, hey, let's just tell you that this happened 3 years ago, that she passed away. And I kind of didn't understand the timeline at that time, where it was like he was going back into the past talking to her before she passed away, towards now that he's alive and it's in present day. I feel that kind of confused me. But if you guys know anything about that, let me know in the comments below, because that confused me. If you've watched this thoroughly, like hardcore, I only see this movie a couple times, but if you've seen this and you did your homework, please let me know about that, because that's the only thing that confuses me, was the timeline as to how she died and how she then got resurrected back during the time. It was so confusing. But in all honesty, my thoughts on this is a very good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's actually very heartfelt, has some very fun moments and very sad moments and very fun, exciting moments as well. As I mentioned before, in this movie, if you haven't seen it, definitely purchase it. It's on Funimation Store. I'm sure it's everywhere in some local Walmarts. If you guys go to a Walmart anywhere around the world, or anywhere here in the US or anywhere else, you can find it for sure. Very good movie. I did, however, figure out some things about the characters as to how they ended up getting older and stuff. But that, again, I won't mention it so I don't ruin the movie for any of you who haven't seen it. But definitely a good movie. 10 out of 10 movie, and it's fantastic. There are some animes that I'm going to be doing reviews of through the Viewster app this week or next week. But I figured I'd do the first one on this one, because I did purchase it, and I did get a good chance to do some homework on this and figuring out a little bit about the characters and stuff, and figuring out, the whole body switching and the timeline stuff. But again, I got confused on the timeline stuff. But if you guys know about that, let me know in the comments below. I definitely would appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with your homie, the Ghost Man. And make sure you guys check out Viewster at www.viewster.com. Make sure you guys check out their omakasas. Great people, great friends. Make sure you download the app. Great anime as well on there. If you have a Hulu subscription, they have a Hulu subscription section there. You can watch all the anime that's up to date from there, from Boruto and many other up to date animes that are on there as well. But anyway, guys, make sure you guys subscribe. Smash that like button if you guys enjoyed this anime review video of Your Name. If you guys want to know any information about this anime, just look it up on Google and find it on Funimation.com, as well as a hashtag or /YourName, and you'll find more stuff on there. But again, stay awesome, keep watching anime, and as always, guys, keep it up and keep it light, homie. Keep it light. Alright guys, take care, and make sure you guys, I say once more, and I utter, subscribe and like if you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys want more, just leave in the comments below, hashtag you want more anime. That way I'll know, and I'll just keep uploading more crazy cool content. As I said before, check out my latest anime review video. That was the Viewster app anime review video, coming back into it. If you guys can see that, you guys will see that I asked all of you to select anime from the Viewster app so I can review it. So, alright.